No, 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 no. Good morning. Good morning, dudes. What's up? Starting the day a little later than I wanted, but whatever. It's not that bad. We're gonna try to fix that truck today, get a good start on the day. Start with a little bit of workout. Get dressed. And maybe finish up with, let's say we do a couple laps. Now we'll do a bit of, plug it in, plug it in. Ooh. Let's get a little Forza going on. Finish off this, a couple laps of this. Then we officially get the day started. What I'm trying to do here is, first of all, wake up a little bit. And we're gonna go and make sure I got, okay, we're doing 5 laps. I got 1 avatar. Take my slippers off. So what I'm doing basically is I'm going through the courses, going through certain tracks, trying to run fast laps with 0 assist. And the drive avatars at unbeatable. That way I can at least use them to kind of learn the lines of the track and everything else. And hopefully learn some fast times. And I try to do it with 0 assists so that I can end up getting maybe into the hardcore division. I'll let this guy ahead of me. I got an issue with the brakes where I got to really get on it hard to make them activate. I'm trying to figure out what the problem is there. It's obviously a hardware issue. So like I was saying, I let this guy get ahead, and then that way I can kind of see where the lines are, try to learn the track a little bit better. And I leave it on kind of hardcore mode, which is no driver line, no ABS, no traction control, no steering assist, no traction, none of that. So it's the hardest difficulty possible, and with no race lines, it's puts you into a different scoring division. Now there's less people that seem to do that hardcore division thing, so I'm trying to figure out a score. I want to get in like top 10 on all the tracks that I run on. So as you can see, I'm talking, not really focusing. I'm totally lost at me on it. See if I can catch up to him. I doubt it, but yeah, dog barking. That's so annoying. All right, I'm good. Let's get this day started. Yeah. Good morning, garage. Good morning, everybody. Oh, that TV's still on. All my background noise needs, I'm running the PS3 in the garage. 2 screens so I can kind of see it from wherever I want. Good for watching tutorials, getting distracted by movies, or listening to music. Hello world. A few things on the list today. I ended up not even editing last night. Total fail. But I gotta still see about bringing the RX-7 to storage. I was supposed to do that last night too. And also, I'm gonna take another run back to the parts storage, try to get the parts for the truck, because it's been a long time since I've been able to drive that truck on the street. What I'm trying to do is bypass the ABS. I'll probably have a video about that already out or something, but that's something that's gotta get done. So I'm just gonna tidy up in here real quick, move a few things around so I can potentially get the truck inside, and then we'll go see if I can get those parts. This is 0.035 welding wire. I use 0.03, but this is really good for framework. Problem is, it's on this monstrous roll, so I'm slowly by hand winding this one up. It's an old spool from the my welder, which holds a bit smaller of a a wire spool thing. Let's have a look. Oh, look who's here. So my rolling isn't as nice and tidy, but it's good. Finish watching this later. So now there's a bit of room in the shop for if the parts actually, if I can get the parts for the truck. So let's go check that out. Got it. Well, I hope it fits. Just grabbing some fuel right now, the local couch turd. And I was just thinking, like, gas prices are starting to go down now at the time of filming this anyway. And the RX-7 was on the road just long enough for the crappiest gas price possible, and that's the worst car on fuel economy that I've ever owned. Weird. Let's get some drinks for our day. Good to go. All right, let's compare these. This is the new one I just got. Oof, gotta get us stay in the light. This is the old one. I don't know, what do you think, boys? One on the right's a bit bigger. I guess we'll find out. Not even close. Bummer. That brings me to, I don't know how many times trying to fix that truck, but I'm not gonna let it get me down. I'm gonna maintain a positive attitude. What do you say, boo? El Camino time? Work on the El Camino? Might as well. So I just put it up against the wall about 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. So bring it back to be able to work on it today. I want to finish pulling out the motor and hopefully take the subframes off of it. But all that stuff will be in the El Camino build videos. So catch that there and we'll continue this vlog later. I have totally succeeded in making a huge mess. What do you think? I'm currently filming another episode of this El Camino build and it's all pretty much stripped down. The rear suspension's right there. Is your mount bit? Whoop, whoop. Oh, rear suspension. It was there. Now there. Front suspension. Came out of here. Motor and trans. It's all over there. So now I gotta clean this mess up so I can keep working. Everything's in the way. Especially this one. Done yet? Had quite the day, huh? I got everything out of the way that I needed out of the way so I can continue working on this thing. It was nice to take a little break from it because it's like when I get going, I just go and go and go. So here it is sitting. Why is the camera shaky? Anyway, ta-da. So if you're just joining me now, let's go look over the whole deal. Can you stop breathing like that, please? I'm trying to record. Okay, let's buy us a bit of time without special effects audio by my dog. All right, so if you're just getting here, just joining us now, this is my 1971 El Camino drift machine, track machine, whatever you want to call it. It's meant for turning laps real quick and hopefully sliding sideways. Now, I got this car 3 years ago. This is my third year building it. And I basically pulled it out of a field stock. It was sitting in a mud puddle or something. All the floors were rotten out. Everything was completely finished, which is why you see everything is all sheet metaled and bead rolled because I had to do that all from scratch. You can go back and check out the other videos if you want. to notice is that the floors, this is actually the frame of the car, and the stock floor, this is a body mount hole. So the stock floor sat about here. That means my ass is gonna be that much lower. I lowered the inside of the cab to make as much headroom as possible. Oh, you're back, lucky us. Oh boy, oh boy. Other major deals I had to do was to be able to fit that rear suspension. Now, I'll show you, well, it's kind of, anyways. On the stock frame, these mounting points sat inside the stock frame, the El Camino, which meant that the end links would just smash up into the frame. So I had to rebuild the whole entire frame in the back section to make proper mounts that go directly underneath the frame rail, therefore giving clearance for the sway bars and all that kind of movement. And that's what you see right here. This from that line right there where the tab is, all that, I had to make that myself from scratch. I used some sheet metal that was pretty thick and then cut out the whole stenciled frames. Again, everything I'm telling you can go back and check on previous videos and stuff like that. Sorry about the fisheye lens, it makes things kind of weird. So there's no back fenders on it, and this was kind of unibody style vehicle, if you follow El Caminos at all and know a bunch about them. But basically, I was worried about hitting this side and then pushing the tailgate and all the floor and everything over to this side. And essentially, if I did a wall tap with this thing or got nailed in the ass end, it would wreck the whole back. Now, with it like this, it's just sheet metal. So when it does get hit, it should fold in on itself. Probably mess up my tire, but that's no big deal. But that'll keep everything from shifting and getting all weird. And then I can just simply replace that fender, not have to worry too much about it. Now the cage and everything, the back end was originally set up that I was gonna have a rear mount radiator, but for just to get it running and because it's gonna be kind of a bitch to do all that, I decided to go for a front mount rad. Don't have to worry about that anymore. In the back here, I have a spot for the fuel cell, little plate there. I'm gonna put my fuel pumps and filters. I'm gonna probably rethink that a little bit so I can get more better room. And anyways, I'm gonna probably put another tab right there is what I'm saying. Here's sway bar mounts, shock mounts, and mounts for the subframe, the differential, everything else. I'm gonna have to take off this bash bar in the back, the bumper. Just bolts on, comes off nice. But I used two separate pieces of metal to make this mounting tab, so I want to weld it up really good first before I pull it all off. These hideous pieces, unfortunately, are gonna have to stay, not like the front, which are removable body mounts. These ones are gonna stay there, and basically that's what the fender hangs on. So it looks a lot better with the fenders on it. Maybe I can get real clever and try to find a way that I can make that so I can take it on and off like the front, which is way cooler. Moving to the inside again, we already talked about the floors and stuff. It's fully caged. I have a bender, I did all the cage myself. I did absolutely everything on this myself. Framed off the floor to make the trans tunnel, everything else. Here's the crossbar for the roll cage. These tabs are to mount the dashboard on it. It's got a Chevy SS dash, like a legit SS dash. So I want to try to keep that in as much as possible, even though I'm probably going to change it around. I'm not too sure if I like the style of it. The floor is the inside of the trans tunnel. There's my transmission mount down there that I'm going to have to work on in the very, very near future. But these things, there's the holes for my pedals and my cylinders, master cylinders, clutch cylinder, brakes, yada yada. All this front end here. I'm gonna have to do some heavy work on here, I think. This piece I'm gonna have to clear out a little bit more. You can see it's kind of ugly. There's a piece in the back needs to be cut out, but that's all for my steering rack to clear. So I'm probably gonna open that up to about here, clean it up. This is just ugly stuff hanging down. And this piece too, I'm gonna clean all that up and make proper brackets, proper sheet metal, or whatever I need to make it look good. And then I just gotta give this thing a huge cleaning. Got all my body panels and all my hood fenders and everything guarded by this one. I'm not too concerned about that. First thing I'm gonna do is work on the chassis itself, get it all cleaned up, get it nice and neat, get rid of any welds I don't need, make sure all my other welds are good. I'll grind down the really sloppy stuff. I built half of this with a mask that wasn't working right. So that's my excuse for really ugly welds if you happen to spot any. So that's where we're at, dudes. That's where we're at in this project. That's what I did with my day today. Now the rest of the day, it's getting kind of late. Jess will be home any minute. We're gonna have supper and chill out. And today, I really wanna spend the rest of the day chilling out because even though there's not too much on this video, there was a lot of stuff going on today. So kind of feeling it, you know? Take the pup inside and have a good evening. Thanks for joining me today, guys. This is a little Vlogmas thing I'm trying out. It's kind of like a little challenging myself. And the reason it's summertime and I'm living in Canada right now and you're watching this, it's like December, is that I pre-filmed this because number one, nobody wants to see snow. Number two, But I gotta work like crazy in the winter, so I'm just preemptively making sure I get this done because I wanted to get some sort of stuff out to you guys and just experiment it with it and see with it if it works, as well as every other new video that's on this channel lately for the last 3 months or so, say. So a lot of it's just trial and error. The channel is small enough that I can still play around with that kind of thing. So just let me know in the comments what you guys are into, what you like to see, and what you came here for, because like between the builds and the lawn tractor, go-kart stuff, these things, and then the art stuff and the powder coating and the sim racing and whatever, I just want to know where you guys are. So that's it for tonight. Me and the puppy dog are out. Peace, boys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
By the tranny on all high, by the cam and the youth on glisten beat, there she was, Opus, the angel mates.